Mate, I love this title. The top 10 watches that will not get you robbed. Does that make sense?
Cool watches to wear without being robbed.
Ah, that needs to be the title. Cool watches to wear without being robbed. You know who came up with that title? Jelly! Jelly is a Dutch YouTuber, does games and shit like that. I done this question thing on Instagram and he replied and he said, that's what we need. In last week's video, we discussed the madness that's going on in London. You can't even wear an expensive watch anymore in London because it gets snapped off your wrist.
Guys with mopeds and machetes.
Guys with mopeds and machetes. And that's why I'm wearing an Apple Watch as well. No, that's not the reason why I'm wearing an Apple Watch. I'm wearing an Apple Watch because I'm doing my utmost best to lose a ton of weight.
Do you think you get mugged for an Apple Watch these days?
I don't know why, but for some reason I think you would because people in London are desperate. I don't know why people go to London anyway. It's a shithole. Come to Belfast, mate. Belfast is safe. Holy shit! Belfast is good.
Look at the state of you, look. Look at the state of you.
You wear your watches freely. No one even knows what a watch is.
No, exactly. Belfast is the place to be in the UK, period.
You could travel around the entire world and you would never find a friendlier bunch of people.
Will you up too? Huh? Up. Let's get stuck in. Hey, by the way, number one is gonna be absolutely madness. But let me tell you one thing. These are really cool watches that I would wear, bar a few. Does that make sense? No? This video has a couple of rules. You need to watch it and subscribe to the channel. So that's rule number one. Rule number two is I can only select one watch each brand. And rule number three is you need to watch till the end so you can see the last watch. And that will help us with views. And if you want to buy or sell your watch, go to prideandpinion.com now. Can we now finally go into the video, you think? Yeah. Watch number one. No, it's number 10 because we're starting from 10 to 1. Watch number 10. How do you do a 9 then?
I don't know, but you did 10 backwards.
Did I?
You're like Dr. Strange.
What? The Tudor 1926, reference number M91650. And in particular the one with the black dial and the bracelet. I really, really like that watch. It has the heritage of Rolex, but still a bit of the history of Tudor, because a lot of people don't know, but Tudor was founded in 1926. And that's why this watch is named 1926. And the bracelet looks really, really similar to a Jubilee bracelet, but not similar enough to be recognized as a Jubilee bracelet, so you don't get robbed, basically. But I think it's a really, really good all-round watch that will last you a lifetime. And it's not too expensive either. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money. You can buy them between $1,500 and $1,600, but it's a really, really, really good watch. And it will last you literally a lifetime.
Unless your arm gets chopped off.
Unless your arm gets chopped off, then you're f***ed. But I don't think your arm is getting chopped off when you wear this watch. 41 mil, no bother. It's actually quite thin and it wears ridiculously comfortable. This Tudor is just an incredible all-round watch, which looks unbelievable as well. Like, I would genuinely wear that. I have had that watch on my wrist and I think it's absolutely class. Watch number 9, the automatic Timex M79. I really love the reissue of the Q Timex. I really love it. And the M79, but I was only able to choose one of each brand, which is a ridiculous rule, but it's still a ridiculous rule, but I have had the choice between the reissue Q Timex or the M79. It would be the M79 all day, every day. Do you know where the M stands for?
Mechanical.
Wow. And that's exactly the reason why I picked the M79 above the reissue of the Q Timex. The 79 stands for 1979. That's apparently the year that they got inspiration for the Q Timex. Long story short, a lot of bullshit, but whatever it is, I really, really love that watch. A watch you can pick up between $200 and $400, and it's the perfect everyday watch, and you don't really get robbed. Watch number 8, the Seiko Presage Cocktail Time Mojito. What a name for a watch.
What I'm thinking here is blues and greens for Mojito, like a minty color.
No, couldn't be more the opposite. I don't know what they were doing at Seiko, but they must have been absolutely hammered when they came out with this name, because the watch is actually really nice. It's a really nice looking watch, but why the do they call that the Presage Cocktail Time Mojito? It's brown. It looks like poop. It's an automatic watch, an automatic Seiko, a really, really nice looking dress watch with a really cool black brownish dial with, of course, gold-plated applied hour markers. Overall, just a really, really nice looking watch. And Seiko, of course, deserves to be in this list because there's nothing wrong with a Seiko as long as it doesn't say grand in front of it. This is the reference number E45J1. I know there's some letters before it, but I can't remember what it was, so I just call it E45 M75J1. You can pick up this Seiko between $350 and $500. I really like the pattern on the dial as well. It's just a really nice looking watch in general with the perfect case size ever. 39, that's 38.5, but I mean, we always round it up. My cock is not 5 inches, but 10 inches. We always round things up.
You can't round it
above.
twice. You already rounded it to 5.
Off. I would say it's a 38.5/39 mil watch. Watch number 7, the Omega Seamaster Prof. You heard of the Prof?
I have.
Yeah?
That was a massive one.
The massive, ugly, horrible looking thing one. I don't want to go into greater detail, but no one wants to steal that watch. If you are a robber and you're watching this and you steal that watch, I think you need to check yourself into a psychiatrist or like a mental institution.
So if you have that watch, you're safe. Wear a t-shirt out in public. And
Yes, you can wear a t-shirt out in public while wearing that watch, and that's what Paul Thorpe has done. He's really proud of his Prof. I think Paul Thorpe is the only one to ever have bought a Prof, to be honest. The retail value of the Omega Prof starts in and around the $12,000, but to a robber and anyone else in the world, it's not even worth a penny. Actually, if you think about this, the video is about not getting robbed, but Omega has robbed people from their money. Well, they bought that watch. So that watch shouldn't be in this list. You've been already robbed. Watch number 6, the all-new limited edition custom pieces by IFL Watches. In the IFL new launch, they came out with 3 different watches. One Oris Diver 65, limited to 50 pieces, and 2 different Tissot PRX watches, both limited to 100 pieces. The Oris Diver 65 is IFL's first ever automatic watch. There's 3 watches out there, and they only sent me the 2 cheapest ones. I would have loved that Oris Diver as well, you know. I absolutely love the Tissot PRX, but my problem with the Tissot PRX is that nearly everyone in the world owns a PRX nowadays. So if you want to stand out properly yourself and you want to buy a PRX or an Oris, these are the watches you have to go for, and you don't get robbed either. Every dial is unique. Not a single dial is the same because it's all hand painted. It's unbelievable. As with every IFL watch drop ever, because they've all sold out, make sure you do not miss out because first come, first serve. And these watches will go fast. My absolute favorite is that blue dial. Absolutely love it. Watch number 5. Back wearing the Apple Watch because my IFL watches are being sized now. Have you ever heard about Zodiac?
The killer?
No.
Have you heard about the Zodiac killer?
Yes, I watched a movie of that. That's nuts. Like, he got away with it for years or something, no?
Never caught.
Oh, he was never caught, yeah. My I genuinely fell in love when Houdinki done a collaboration with Zodiac and brought out a limited edition Seawolf. I absolutely love the design of the case. I love the design of the bracelet, which is very much alike a Jubilee bracelet of Rolex. Just a really cool dive watch. The funny bit is that Zodiac is actually a really old watch brand. They were founded in 1882, making them older than Rolex. Not many people know about Zodiac as a watch brand, and I think that that is such a shame because they make really, really good watches for really good money. You want to hear the serious story? The serial killer that called himself Zodiac used the Zodiac watch logo, so the logo on the Zodiac watches, in his letters. So the Zodiac killer was actually wearing a Zodiac watch. How nuts is that? It started with a watch. Have a look at the Houdinki collaboration with Zodiac. Incredible watch. But the watch I want to recommend is the Zodiac Super Seawolf, reference number 3552 and something in front of it. 42 millimeters in diameter, black dial, perfect dive watch with an incredible bracelet. You can buy that watch between $1,500 and $2,000. That's what I call value for money. I love that watch, you know. As Zodiac, you're doing incredible. Ah, there he is! You can finally take this off. Give me that, son. Oh, you dirty whore, you. I love it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Watch number 4. It's the limited edition Oris Big Crown Roberto Clemente. Limited to 3,000 pieces.
Oh, so limited?
Yeah, like, I mean, you can't really call it limited edition when you produce it 3,000 times. Let me just say this. I really like that watch. I love the dial. I really love that cream strap. It's a really nice looking strap. And of course, the story about Roberto Clemente is quite interesting as well, obviously. You know who that is?
I have no idea.
Like, he was a really famous baseball player who died in an accident. Not that he was robbed of his watch, but more like he was crashed with an airplane. Roberto Clemente done a lot for the sport, done a lot for humanity. This is actually a watch that is in collaboration with the Roberto Clemente Foundation, which means that when you buy that watch, part of that money goes into the Roberto Clemente Foundation. So it's a really good cause as well next to that. And overall, I think the Big Crown is probably one of my favorite lines of Oris in general. The watch itself is made out of stainless steel. It's an automatic watch and the size of the case is 40 millimeter. But to be fair, the watch does wear a little bit bigger. And that's of course due to the fact that it has a big crown. I love the date complication on this watch as well, with a 4th hand on the dial. You can buy this limited edition, which isn't limited, Big Crown Roberto Clemente, between $1,700 and $2,200. Now we're going into the top 3, ladies and gentlemen. Watch number 3. Let me introduce you to the Hamilton American Classic. One of my favorite ever complications on a watch, of course, is the chronograph. I think that Hamilton absolutely knocked it out of the park with this watch. First of all, the color of the dial, a really, really nice color blue with a steel case, combined with a brown strap, unbelievable. But now comes my favorite part of this watch, an automatic chronograph that you can buy around the $2,000. That, ladies and gentlemen, is quite hard to do. Itself, I really like Hamilton. I love the story of Hamilton. I love Hamilton in general. Watch number 2. I'm not even joking. I am dead of serious. This is probably the watch I want the most I've ever wanted a watch in my life. It's a Dutch watch brand. Do they actually make watches in the Netherlands? No, they don't really, but this one watchmaker, it's actually a set of brothers, so there's actually 2 brothers. They recently brought out a chronograph called 1941 Groeneveld Chronograph. They make 188 pieces in steel and 25 in platinum. I don't think I have ever seen a chronograph as beautiful as that. That's my grail watch. The 1941 Chronograph is one of the most beautiful watches ever created. But you know what a good thing about that watch is as well?
What?
A robber doesn't have a clue what that watch is. When you have it on, it doesn't look like much. I mean, if you look closer, then you like, wow, this is daddy's dick. Like, I mean, unbelievable. But like, when you see it from a distance, no one really recognizes it. And that makes this watch a really cool watch you can buy without getting robbed. I think the retail price of that watch is approximately 155,000 euros. But it's an everyday watch, but not a cheap one, right? But if you have so much money and you want to walk around London and you do want to wear a 150 grand watch plus, that's the watch to go for. You won't get robbed with that watch. Before we get to the number 1, I want to have one honorable mention. Because do you ever think that I would put Hublot in any category at number 1? So, my honorable mention goes to the Hublot Big Bang Sang Bleu number 2. A 45mm white piece of shit. It's a piece of dog shit. It costs about $50,000-$60,000 or whatever when you buy it new. Whenever you want to buy it pre-owned, it's probably worth a tenner, but that's different. But if you wear this watch, one thing for sure, not another human being, nor a dog, nor a cat will come anywhere near you in any way, shape, or form. And you can forget about any woman, any Tinder date. Everything is just gone. They will run away like your dog shit. This watch is probably one of the most horrible watches I've ever seen in my life. You can literally run about naked with just this watch on and no one will even rob you. And now, the number 1 watch to wear and not getting robbed, which is cool in design, which is important in statement, and which is affordable above anything else. No one will ever rob you because when you wear this watch, they think of you like a proper G. The GA B2100 by Casio. And you have several variations of that. I would just go for the black one because black is always good. Once you go black, you never go back. Best watch money can buy. You can buy it for about $100. The 2100 series, the Casio, is the god tier watch of this world. I hope this helps you by not getting robbed in any city in the world, and particularly in London. But genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I want you to be careful when wearing watches in London and in other big cities. Johnny, I think we should do a sequel on this video. The watches you should wear if you want to get robbed.
Let's do it.
Let's do it!